Hey, MP here, Multi-Pro. We are going to review a little more pre-algebra because the next lesson we're going to have to start using it, okay? So we are going to be multiplying whole numbers and decimals. We're going to be multiplying fractions and whole numbers. We're going to multiply decimals against decimals. We're going to multiply mixed fractions with other fractions. We're going to divide decimals, and we're going to divide fractions. So we're going to be a whole bunch of multiplication and division of decimals and fractions of all sorts. So we're just going to show some examples to do a little bit of refresher so you remember what this is like. All right. So the first thing we have, let's have a decimal and a whole number, and let's do some multiplication. So we have 1.5 times 7. Right? Okay. So let's put this written stacked on top of each other. All right. So what's 5 times 7? 35. All right. Let's bring this 3 up here. All right. So let's drag down this decimal one place here, and 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10. So the answer is 10.5. All right, so how do we know the decimal went over one place? Because there was only one number with the decimal, and it was one place to the left. So we went here. That's one place to the left, so we just go this way, one place to the left here, okay? So let's try another number. And this number is really funny, or problem. Let's say that we want to do 0.25 times 60. There's a little bit of a backstory to this. So we had a coworker recently, and he thought that there were 100 minutes in an hour. So he did not think that there were 60 minutes an hour. So to do 0.25, which is 1/4, he thought that was 25 minutes. We're about to show that it's not. Okay, so let's do this. Ooh, I don't know what I did for that. Let's do 60 times 0.25. We'll stack it here. All right, 5 times 1 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. All right, now we have a 0 here. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 6 is 12. All right, 0, 0, 5, 1. All right, now how many places over? 1, 2. And this one has 0. So we will move the decimal place over 1, 2. So that's going to be 15.00, so this is 15. 15 minutes, or 1/4 of an hour. All right, let's move on to a third example. In this case, we have a decimal multiplied by a decimal. 0.7 times 0.7. So the way I came up with this is we want to find out there are 70% of people pass this fundamentals of engineering exam, and then they have to take this thing called the professional engineering exam. And so we want to find out how many people, what's the percentage of people actually get to the point of this. So 70% of people pass the FE exam, 70% of people pass the PE exam. So let's see what this is. 0.7 times 0.7. So 7 times 7 is 49. All right. 7 times, well, yep. And 0 times 7, 0. 0 times 0, 0. All right, so we add these. All right, now we have 1 time here and 1 time here. So we need to go 1, 2. That's not what I did. Let's try again. Loop, loop. Okay. So let's put a little 0 here. Ooh, we want to do it in white. So 0.49. That's the answer. Okay. Let's move on to another example. Let's do a fraction times a whole number. 3/5 times 7. So this is the same as 3/5 times, what's 7 in fraction form? 7/1. Okay. So we multiply the numerators and the denominators against each other. So 3 times 7 is 21. And 5 times 1 is 5. Well, this is the improper fraction. We got ourselves a Dolly Parton here. Alright, so let's find out how to change this into a mixed or a whole number. Mixed fraction or a whole number. Alright, let's do 5 into 21. 5 will not go into 2. That's 0 times. But it will go into 21. It will go into it 4 times. And they'll leave us a remainder of 1. So the answer would be 4 with the remainder 1. Well, what we can do is write this as 4, and the remainder will be the numerator, and the denominator will be this value over here, the 5. So it'll be 4 1/5. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's do another example here. Let's do a mixed fraction and a fraction with multiplication. So let's do 1 1/2 times 4/5. Okay, so let's switch this mixed fraction into an improper fraction. Okay, so 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1, which is the numerator. So what we do is we take the denominator and multiply it times 1, so that's this value. And then we add the numerator here over here. Okay? And we always divide by the denominator. This should match this value here. Alright, so this is the same as writing 3/2 times 4/5. And this is equal to 12/10. And I think we can reduce this. What number goes into this? I think 2 goes into both of the numbers, right? What's 2 into 12? 6. 2 into 10? That's 5. We have another improper fraction. And we can do the dividing like we did earlier. We'll find out this is 5 1/5. Alright. So remember, we have numerator over denominator in fractions. Okay? Let's keep moving forward here. Alright, we have 2 decimals we're going to divide. 14.4 divided by 1.2. Alright, so let's write this in a different way. Okay. So what's 12 into 1? 12 doesn't go into 1. Alright, what's 12 into 14? It goes into it 1 time. Okay, now what's 12? Remember, we are right now ignoring these decimal places. I don't know why that one disappeared, just because I circled it. Alright, so what's 12 into 24? 2. Alright, So that goes into that number 12 times. So our answer here is 12. Okay, let's do another one here. That was 6th example. Let's do a 7th. All right, now let's divide an improper fraction by another improper fraction. So the way to do this is we write the first one again, but now we're going to write multiply. And the reason why is we're going to flip the numerator and the denominator. So this is going to be the same as 5 over 9. That was a terrible writing there. And I apologize if you hear baby number 3 crying. Alright, so 4 times 5 is 20. And then 3 times 9 is 27. So the answer is 20 over 27. Alright, that's all we really had to do today to review. We just wanted to show a few of these ways to multiply and divide fractions, whole numbers, mixed fractions, improper fractions even, and decimals, and then also divide decimals and fractions. So we've reviewed this today and we're going to be ready for the next lesson.